Hello, my name is Elise. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a quick video for you showing an encouragement card for a friend and my review of the Life Changer blender brushes from Picket Fence Studio. Let's get into looking at the supplies. First up, I've got this stamp set from Simon Says Stamp and CZ Designs called Good Job Mama. And I'm not a mom, but it has the sweetest little sentiments for friends that are mamas. So I thought I definitely needed that. I have got a Hero Arts rounded rectangle die that I'm going to use to make my little sentiment pop out. Then today is all about blending. So I've got one of these Life Changer blender brushes from Picket Fence Studio, and this is going to be my very first time using it on camera with you. I'll be using it with some Distress Oxide, Spun Sugar, Worn Lipstick, and Picked Raspberry, and then using this Alta New Deco Wallpaper Stencil with it. So let's jump into the blending. Like I said, this is going to be the very first time I ever use any of these brushes. What I did was they have 2 packs that come in this size. So I bought 6, so I would have 6 total brushes, so 3 sets, so that I would have one for every color of the rainbow. And somehow I need to figure out a way to mark which ones are which, because right now I just have this pink one sitting in a different cup so that I remember that this is the pink red version, and to not then go in with something else. Although they are very easy to clean. You really just rub them up against a paper towel, or if you need to clean them more, you can wash them like you would a regular brush. Now, you will have seen I had a little bit of skipping with these, and I think that that's part of the learning curve on these. With a typical foam round, I don't usually get that skipping, but with these I did. And there it goes again. So just to explain, I've got my Bristol Smooth cardstock taped to the back of the stencil, and then holding the stencil down onto my waffle flower water media mat. All of the supplies that I'm talking about are always listed down below in case you ever need to see them. So I'm just going through blending this out. And I think for the rest of it, mostly I'm going to talk about the brushes and not talk about the blending. I'm sure that you've seen somebody blend before, but I just kind of want to talk about my impression of these brushes and just a little bit of a review. I do want to quickly touch on some things that might come off as a little bit controversial. So, but I do want to talk about it. I've seen a lot of reviews specifically reviewing these brushes to makeup brushes that people often buy off of Amazon or get at like a Five Below kind of dollar store, and not, and comparing them to these ones that Picket Fence Studio came out with. And although most people say that they're very similar, I still went ahead and bought the Picket Fence Studio version. And I kind of want to talk about why. Right now, there's a lot of counterfeit products being sold specifically on sites in China. And you can buy them and ship them to the States and get things like stamp sets and dies for really, really cheap. And it's appealing to people. I get it. I live on a budget too. But at the same time, you're no longer giving credit to the creator, the artist, the manufacturer, and it's stealing. It truly is intellectual infringement, copyright. So I kind of took that same approach with these, where, obviously I know that Picket Fence Studio did not create the idea of this brush and the shape of this brush, but at the same time, I really do feel like they're the ones that introduced it to us as crafters to use in this way, and I felt it was important for me to buy them from them. Yes, they are a little bit more expensive. I didn't buy that many. I think all in all, I spent maybe $30 on these. It really was not a lot. And it, like I said, it was just important to me that I buy the brushes from that company. And I know that Some people might not agree with that, and I think that that's fine. We're not all supposed to agree about everything, but for me, it was important that I support the company that came out with this idea for crafters. So just want to explain a little bit about why I bought these brushes. Now, my overall opinion of these is that I really did get a very smooth blend, and I think that they did a wonderful job, and I'll definitely be using them again. And I do think that in the end, I will prefer the brushes to the foam circles, and that I'll be buying more so that I have more size variation, because right now I just have this one size just in 6 different brushes. If you have these brushes, I would love to hear from you. Do you like them? Do you use them? Do you prefer them to the blending foams? Tell me what you think about them in the comments. Removing that stencil now to reveal my pattern. Now I've got some light pink cardstock. I'm going to cut out using those rounded rectangle dies from Hero Arts to make myself a little area for my sentiment. Just peeling that purple tape up off the die, and then I can get into my stamping. So I've got my mini Misty here, putting magnets down so that it won't pick up, and taking out my stamp set. This one, it's got that big stamp that says "Good job, Mama," and a little sub-sentiment below that. I have a friend that has a baby. She's just not 6 months old, and she's going to daycare now. Mom's working full time. They also have a daughter who is 8, and so I just wanted to send her a little bit of encouragement, because I know at times, from what I hear from her and what I hear from other moms, is that you sometimes feel like you're not doing a good job. So I wanted to send her a little card letting her know, hey, good job, Mama. So before I stamped that down, I realized it was not in the corner anymore. So just going back and stamping down those 2 sentiments, and then I'll be using some Hero Arts white embossing powder to just emboss my sentiment down. This is a really easy card, nice little design, and didn't take long to make it all. So just heat embossing those sentiments down, just waiting until they are all good and melted. Because these are pretty thin lines, it didn't take long at all. Now I'm taking some foam tape, so I am going to back that little rounded rectangle with foam tape and add that on to my card. So I've got 1 strip there. I'll go ahead and add a second so that it has even layers, so that it won't get crushed in the mail. Peeling off the backs of that, and then just popping it down into the corner. The only thing that I have left to do is just adhere this to my card base. So I'm making a top folding card. So the cardstock here is 4.25 by 11, and I am scoring at 5.5 to make that top fold card. Now I will just add some adhesive to the back. This is just using a dot runner. Adding that down to my card base, and then I can add the panel on the top. Just line those up and stick it down. And that's my card for today. Really simple, nice little encouragement to send to my friend, and a great review of the Picket Fence blender brushes. If you'd like to see more from me, click to subscribe or watch another video. Thanks so much.